We begin with the desperate Australian TV star forced to grab back her little boy from her ex-partner. Tonight, Eliza Zonnart breaks her silence on the well-planned operation carried out in a busy Malaysian shopping centre. And Chris Allen has our exclusive report. He joins us now. Chris, I understand Eliza and her son are both stranded in Kuala Lumpur.
That's right, Cam. Eliza says she was forced to snatch her son back because his father was refusing to let him return to Australia with her. Now, the dilemma for her is that the dad has the little boy's passport and without it he can't leave Malaysia. So Eliza has appealed to Australian authorities for help, but as you're about to see, they tell her there's not much they can do.
Getting ready?
Yeah, I remember clearly just thinking, okay, just stay calm, focus, you can do this. Because it was quite frightening.
It's the moment TV star Eliza Zonnart grabs her son from her former partner.
But I keep going anyway.
Yeah. Yes, you keep going.
I don't remember what was said. I just know that behind me and in front of me I was protected and all I had to do was listen to what they were saying and I'd be all right.
Reassure your son, make sure he's happy, calm him down.
With the help of some burly private investigators, Eliza snatches her son in the middle of a Malaysian shopping centre.
Guess what, I got the best price for you?
While the PIs keep the father busy, Eliza sweeps him out of the restaurant.
I just said I was just very excited to see him and we're going to go do something fun, and he was totally fine.
Best known for her TV roles in Underbelly and Neighbours, Eliza has a 4-year-old son with her former partner Ashley Crick, who'd moved to Malaysia to work. Eliza had taken her son there for a visit when she says Mr Crick refused to let him leave.
We had an argument about 3 weeks after I got here, and he left the house with my son and demanded that I leave the house and to go home. So yeah, I just took a backpack and I went up to a cafe and started working out how I was going to survive and live and how I was going to get my son basically, and he cut off all communication.
Oh yes, it's pretty shocking to have a daughter and a grandchild involved in something like that.
Watching all this unfold in Melbourne, Eliza's mum Kay, who's afraid for her grandson.
I don't know. I don't know what he understands. He's a very bright little boy and he probably understands quite a bit, but I don't know.
Eliza hired Cole Chapman from Child Recovery Australia to fly to Kuala Lumpur and coordinate the recovery of her son.
Child Recovery Australia have been the people who've done all the hard work.
So how are you feeling now?
Very happy.
Very happy?
How are you?
Hey? How are you? Good. Happy to see Mum?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because I wasn't sure what had been said to him. I had no idea. I hadn't spoken to him for 2 weeks. I don't know what he's been told.
So how do you feel about the whole thing now?
I can't believe I didn't expect it to happen.
Yeah.
Daddy, Mama, it's a bit slow.
So what are you feeling?
Feeling adrenaline
Yeah.
and relieved. I feel like crying.
It's a bit...
That's okay. That's understandable.
Could be strong.
You've been very strong throughout the whole process.
She may have her son back, but Eliza now faces a battle to get him out of Malaysia. You see, her former partner has the 4-year-old's passport, and without it he can't leave the country. Now, Eliza says Australian authorities have told her they won't issue another passport because one already exists, and they've suggested she negotiate with her ex.
Very busy. Hello.
They keep insisting they can't do anything to help me. They've suggested that I go home and get a lawyer, or I can put in an application for a new passport for the both of us, but it will take 6 to 10 weeks for that to happen. And I may not be able to still, they may reject it.
The Australian Embassy will give her all the protection they can, but they're not going to intervene and create some international conflict.
Lawyer Sam Macedoni says Eliza could be in for a long legal battle.
We have that situation now where she's in a foreign country, not a member of the Hague Convention, and I believe she is going to have to go through the Malaysian legal system now to get permission to take her son back to Australia.
I don't understand why. I'm quite shocked that I'm an Australian citizen, my son is. We don't have our passports. We want to go home. I don't know anybody here. I have nowhere to stay. I have to wait for 2 months to go home. It's strange, isn't it?
You guys gas bagging about?
Nothing.
As an actress, Eliza says she has faced many challenges, but nothing compared to the stress of the past few weeks.
You have to be just really focused for when you're acting and playing a certain role that requires you to be in the moment, and that's exactly what it was like yesterday when I walked down the street to where he was. There's no room for freaking out or backing out.
Got that squeeze for Mum, you promised?
I'm doing it. And Dad does it really hard.
Does he really? I'm not strong. Like really hard, like
Harder.
harder. I'm sweating.
It's very nerve-wracking, waiting. It's not easy, but at least he's with his mum now.
It's a delicate situation. We've been in contact with the Department of Foreign Affairs today, and they do tell us they are providing consular assistance to Eliza and her son, but they won't comment any further on this case for privacy reasons.